Trove. She knows a lot of things between the breadth of her experience and the sea of her many years. She knows the value of play. She learned it from the dolphins and the cephalopods. Yet in all her storied travels, there is nothing as riveting as a ship of brash, weathered men fighting a storm. Nothing like the behemoth might of oaken hulks with creaking timber, whining ropes, towering masts, swooping keels, the lights of the ghostly stern, and sails that catch the magnificent wind in the flash of a thunderclap. What romantic stupidity they possess. Enshrouded in the hum of gurgling waters, she can hear the streams of moonlight whispering her deepest thoughts back to her. She looks up at the sweet old moon and clutches her solitary heart. It is a dear darkness here. The light barely finds the priceless hoard of gold strewn all around her. Her lashes flicker slightly when she recalls Richard. His sea-blue eyes sparkled with wild glee, brighter than the beheld gold as he scooped up the coins, but then he saw her and fell hard. Alas, within less than a year, his want for the sweet-singing mermaid subsided.
"But looky here, my need for gold, that be forever,"
he said, trying to explain his nagging pragmatism. But you try explaining gold to a lover who has never nor will ever use it. She bridled at his admission and lurched forward, fiery and hurt. "Ha! You bain't know the meaning of forever."
"What be the use my finding all this gold if I can't use it?"
he argued, throwing his hands in the air dramatically. The row sent him once and for all salvaging a raft with all he could carry, and that was that. No doubt it was Richard who first told the legend of the mermaid's gold that drew many ships near there. Stories of an irresistible mermaid with a tail that seemed to laugh with glittering scales of light. She was drawn to an underwater mountain of bullion somewhere 40 nauticals due east of Sharif's Island.
Aye, and she be down there still, waiting for a man who'll be equal parts greedy and hapless.
Richard himself met his end when his next ship sunk trying to return for more. She found the wreckage, sad to say. Now, it's lucky if a ship comes within a horizon of it. Every few decades, a ship pilots the coordinates enough to find the right storm and maroon a man upon her nearby shores. Then she sings to her captive and soon-to-be spellbound audience. The enchantment begins between them, and then the conundrum. The sea sounds peaceful tonight, she says to the moon. I can almost hear his stories in my ears again. I remembered a word he used, and then I forgot it. Strange. I remember the beginning of it. Goodness me, what was it? She says. Then she looks at the ghostly glow of gold in its sparing encounters with the moonlight. The gold is beautiful at this time of night. Then she remembers Richard's eyes, and the sound of water takes on her heartbeat. Sometimes she, despite despite her lifespan going beyond a couple of centuries, can actually experience a moment in which she relates to the strange affliction of goldy fever that men feel towards the countless precious metal coins littering the rocky floor here. Only certain moments, though. When the moonlight pierces the night waters and dances its ghostly fingers, weaving the gleams into shimmers, and they almost catch the light like the many mirrored scales along her tail. Yes, they look beautiful like that, and she can almost relate to a mariner's strange attraction to them, or a pirate's hunger for them. Almost. "It be building trust, that be why," said Perry, another man washed up on shore who tried to explain it to her. "Trust," she retorts. "You kill each other for it. How can it be building trust?" she says to his blank look. Oh, sure, her passionate suitors tease her about her love of flowers and play and frivolity. She exclaims, "That's it, frivolity! That's the word!" "Oh, but Richard and Jacathan and Perry," she sighs. "You and Yorn were ones to accuse me of such. Ah, are ye not yourselves obsessed with gold and silver because it is simply shiny? No matter. Why, that would be like me trying to cross a continent of land to deliver some coral to the Bering Sea or something. Why would I ever do that? It makes no sense." She shivers at the thought. Oh, but perhaps they are meant to live a life avoiding all sense, somehow. Ah, listen to you, talking of sense. Sense? You sound like one of them. Still, at the slightest change in the water, she will find a ship and gaze at the latest crop of idiotic heroes. How can she resist? Is that it? They can't resist? She stares down at the coins, trying to not resist it. It's no use. They are pretty, but little else. She only feels the desires of her paramours for it. She is drawn to the residue of their fervent needs to possess it. The light has to hit a coin just right, and then it looks precious. But most of the time, they are so useless that they seem almost eerie now. They sit there, shimmering in the refracted moonlight as though they were the golden scales of a sleeping dragon drawing breath. Under the full moon, She listens on and on to the quiet waters. Last night, she wept for one who disappeared. Oh, Jacathan, my lost Jacathan, hither to me, my sweet treasure hunter, she whispered, clutching her heart filled with a squall of ache. But tonight in the moonlit deep, above the crude bullion, she finds her own company. Now tonight, she feels her huge heart beating all around her. She murmurs, what a treasure I hold within me. The golden dragon sleeps beneath her. It is beneath her in more ways than one.